Hello, I am Blythe Stevens, MFA Bliss Catalyst and creator of A Blythe Coach, where I help multi-passionate creatives take leaps of faith. June is over in real time. We are in July of 2025, and so it is the mid-year mark. It's time to check in on my 2025s in 2025. Here in my annual book, I've got a new seasonal book going now that it's July. And continuing in the annual book, where I, right at the front, have my log of my 2025s. And then, of course, each of the items. So, as one would expect, the activities that take place on a daily basis or as preparation in part for the year and the quarters ahead were done first, followed by things that are on more of a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and some things which might happen all at once later in the year. In quarter one, I did complete 8 of the categories, 8 25s out of 20. Quarter two, I did 3 more, making 11 out of 20, so I'm over halfway. And the ones that are completed at this time, although I've been reading along, not books, likewise with articles, have been working well along, but probably in quarter three, emails, poems written, and letters will happen probably later this year. I did complete my first 25 and many more daily logs, morning pages, which I do more like 5 days a week, more days than not. Videos were completed as far as published videos on YouTube. We haven't been really tracking as well, but probably will do Dance Daily December and some more choreographic challenges and creations for sure before the end of the year. Remember, these are 25 such, so it's always kind of weird trying to count. I consider sort of segments or goodly bits of poetry, so drafts, poetry and choreography and things like that to be counted as a unit, but it's always, just regularly creating in that way is what we're looking for. These leading actions which create results in my areas of focus. I'm working on music and not yet bullet journal spreads. Oh yes, so one of the first classes taught. I have many more than that as well. That's done. We've got social engagement, so posting and growth there. I might actually have done these financial fun adulting sustainment activities, but I'm going to count that for quarter three. I did about most weeks a check-in of some kind, but not so closely tracked. So for sure by that time, practicing German, daily things like yoga, meditation, gratitude, and abundance, and then weekly things like physical therapies, all of those. Adventuring, I'm having a hard time counting too, but it's not actually one of the 2025s. It's a bonus category this year. I want to make sure I'm adventuring and traveling and touristing in my own town and learning and exploring new things. But more as arter states and things like that can count towards that, not necessarily full trips, but I need to catch up on sort of logging those adventures that I'm having too. But that's where we're at. Let's do a quick flip of what the individual pages look like. So in quarter one, I read 5 books, and then I got up to 12 in quarter two. So I guess, that what might happen this year, but I'm not really that worried about reaching a certain number of books read. I am interested in reading books for pleasure, and I do tend to have a few nonfiction books that I finish before the end of the year that I've read all throughout 1 year or even longer, sort of cumulatively in small chunks. Writing and publishing articles, blogs to my website. I published 10 in the first quarter and got up to 18 in the second quarter. So not quite weekly, but certainly on track to get to 25. in quarter 3. I keep our to be written list, I guess, elsewhere at the moment in my Evernote and up on my big dry erase board, but it would be nice to have some capture here. I guess I'm not coming in here often enough to be tracking that, although in quarter 1 I sent out a 13 weekly email newsletter, and in quarter 2 I got up to 24. So it is quarter 3 where I've reached my 25, but pretty great progress in the first half of the year. Only missed 1 or 2 weeks of weekly email newsletters. And if you want to be a part of that, it's easy to sign up on my website or just let me know. It's always full of great resources from myself and from other creators in the realms of dance, mindful movement, yoga, creative living. I track poems written. In quarter 1, I wrote 11. In quarter 2, I got up to 18, so I'm on my way. And some of those are actually more fleshed out than others. And I felt really inspired in the area of poetry writing this year so far, I would say. A little bit behind if I'm considering letter writing a weekly practice, but that's the kind of thing I tend to catch up with in fits and starts, and is not as regular as I would like it to be perfectly honest. So, but we're trying to make some progress in quarter 3. In terms of publishing videos on YouTube, I published 13 in quarter 1 and got up to my 25 in quarter 2, just barely. In the first half, I actually published that on the very last day of June in order to do that, because I just really wanted to get another of my 25s. And I do kind of keep a little bit of a to be created list, although it could be updated as well. Not tracking choreography really at all yet, so I need to. Oh, then I have the tracking of some more personal items that are not on my 25 list or haven't been attained yet as one of my 2025s. I haven't been tracking German practice either. That's a daily practice, but usually I note down particular projects and things learned and things like that. Yoga is also a regular practice, hobby, therapy for me, but haven't taken any notes on that here yet. Would like to track some more adventuring here and some more writing of stories, update my Kanban board. Have also been keeping some poem fragments from my readings as inspiration. And it's time to go into my future log as well and refer to all of my important values, my essence, artist, prayer, purpose, mission, vision, and all of that good stuff as I move into, this was another quarter 2 project, my Sunny Greetings poem and practice, and a sort of summer feels bucket list inspiration. Yeah, I've been having fun in my journals in the first couple of quarters of 2025, and that's where my 2025s and 2025 updates. I hope you enjoyed checking in with me. I do also have a video on a June reflection and all of the months of the year so far, as well as larger view of the word of the year and this setup, or more specifically videos in the areas of ballet, dance, mindful movement, yoga, and creative living. We got it all over here and also on my website at ablythecoach.com. I'd love to see you there and on my email newsletter. Take good care until then. Thanks for watching and for moving with me in spirit and in fact.